Matthew Weinstein, who loves that stuff, he's planning on coming, and so yeah.
We're going to see her Monday. Otherwise, we're going to
Oh, you're seeing Susan Monday?
Susan Faye.
Oh, good. Yeah, Faye's not available, but push it on Susan, because that would be. They decided not to. There was a lot of their price range, but yeah, yeah. But others are hello. Others are happy to do so. Okay, let's see, what time is it? Oh, it is time for us to start. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome. Glad to be back in this room. This is so nice to be here. And I'm going to have to get used to saying it, though. Not the Pepper Chapel anymore, even though that's what it still says, but the Pepper Beit Midrash, which means a house of learning and study, because we're going to be using this room not just for services, but for the purpose that the Pepper family really had hoped for when they first started sponsoring this room, which was a place for studying and learning and classes and stuff like that, and that we can now live stream. And so really glad to be in here, and we'll put together an email about that, and big maybe celebration at a time the Pepper family can join us, and once we get our new signage in. But glad to be in here, because what I always appreciate about this room, I mean, this is where we had our Friday night services every week before COVID, and it's just nice. It felt like people didn't feel so far away, and it was more intimate, and that's what Shabbat is supposed to be, is a chance for us to come together and be close to one another. And so let's start off by singing how good it is for us to be together with Hine Matov.
Hine matov manai sheretachim gam yachad. Hine matov manai sheretachim gam yachad. Hine matov, hine matov, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine matov, hine matov, ya la la, ya la la la. Hine matov, umanai, ya la la ya la la. Hine matov, umanai, shevetachim gam yachad. Sing with us. Hine matov, umanai, shevetachim gam yachad. Hine matov, umanai, shevetachim gam yachad.
And so we are now going to turn to page 142 and sing Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharim, Malachi Elyon, Ki Melech Malachi Hamlachi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharim, Malachi Elyon, Ki Melech Malachi Hamlachi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Ki Melech Malachi Hamlachi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Ki Melech Malachi Hamelakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitichem l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Ki Melech Malachi Hamelakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, V'melech Malachi Hamlachi, HaKadosh Baruch
turn back to page 138 for the singing of Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, likra kala, bene Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi, likra kala, bene Shabbat nekavela. Shamur v'zachor, דיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם תפארת ותהילה
Lecha Dodi likra kala bene Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likra kala bene Shabbat nekavela.
לקראת שבת לכו במלאכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם לזוכה סוף מעשה ומחשבה תהילה.
Lecha Dodi likra kala bene Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likra kala bene Shabbat nekavela.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלי ייגע.
Lecha Dodi
לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise as we face the entrance to greet Shabbat.
בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובסעודה, תוך אמונה, עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, Lecha Dodi,
Likra kala bene Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likra kala
bene Shabbat nekavela.
You may be seated. And this time, we're going to light our Shabbat candles. And one of the nice things about being in this room with people a bit closer, it's a bit easier to ask folks. So now I'll be asking people. Nancy and Gary, would you like to do the honors this week? You've been doing a great job with our Mitzvah Network and also our caring community. What are we calling it these days? All right, but helping others in our community, and Nancy and Gary are among the 16 people who have signed up to go to Atlanta and Alabama with me. I would love to have a few more, so looking forward to that. And so thrilled to have you all as part of our community. Might want to try a different match. I think that was the fake one I put in. There you go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. And Shabbat Shalom to you both. Page 144, Hatzi Kaddish.
יתגדע ויתגדע שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומך ובחייך בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה.
Yitbarach.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה.
Rehu.
לעילה מנגו ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן ביעלמה ואמרו
Amen. I'll invite you to please rise for the Barhu on page 146.
Yalalai, 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 Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach
Le'olam Naeh, Le'olam Naeh. Yalalai, 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 yalalai,
You may be seated. We'll turn now to page 149 and read at the top. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai Ha'ma'ariv Ha'ravi.
150.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה ויעבדך ותסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע מלכותו לעולם.
154.
ויאהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושי לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it's in eternally Egypt, and that there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Michamochaz on page 158.
Yada la 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 la, yada la la la, yada la 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 la, yada la la la, yada la 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 la, yada la la la, yada la la. Let's try the nigun again. Yada la 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 la, yada la la la, yada la 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 la, yada la la la, yada la 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 la, yada la la la. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, קיים לבני משה ומרים, מלכותך ראו בניך, קיים לבני משה ומרים. זיני אנו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם לעולם. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 160.
Do this one this time. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו שומרים לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Keep us from harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, while we wait till morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom, Lishalom. Ve'ha'amideinu Shomreinu Lechaim. Ufras aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufras aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom aleinu. Haporeh sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Page 162, Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות גם בריתון תנגן. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We are going to rise for the Amidah on page 164.
Adonai sefatai tivta, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that that my mouth may declare your praise. Yada-lai-lai-lai, 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 yada-lai-lai-lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Eloi avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Leah Ha'il Hagadol, Hagibor ve'anora El Elyon גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מחכה לחיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר עצורים ומקיים אמונתו לישני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Continue silently on our own, page 172 through page 180, or you can use this as an opportunity for your own prayers, and when you're finished, you may be seated.
Sorry, could I do this one today? Yeah, okay, cool. 14. Yeah, 14. Thank you. Iyul ratzon imreifi והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגלי יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי
This time we are going to turn our thoughts to those who are in need of healing of the mind, body, and spirit, and those who are in a period of recovery as well. And in doing so, we're going to turn to the Mishaberach, and you can find a prayer for healing in your Shabbat handout on page 14.
מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב. מי שברך אמותינו, שרה רבקה לאה ורחל. May the one who blessed our fathers, may the one who blessed our mothers, hear our prayer,
Hear our prayer,
hear our prayer,
hear our prayer,
hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
This week we think of these members of our community and their loved ones who could use a prayer for healing. Gitaleah bat Mashachana, Harav Yehuda Leib ben Dina, Myron Yisrael ben Rachel, Daniel Meir ben Chaya Etia, Baruch ben Sarah, Itka Fega bat Gittel, Batia Chaya bat Sarah, Gila Chaya bat Mordechai Leib v'Gila Leah, Yosef Chaim ben Yael, Yehuda ben Chana, Tova Chava bat Chaya Rochel, Chaim Yosef ben Shena Levi, David Dowsett, Angela Eno, Yitzhak Figilski, Matthew Kalm, Rona Kipper, Barbara Kravitz, Tanner Light, Megan Magleby, Pete Schwager. Good to is he here tonight? He's usually here. No, I thought I saw him. I saw him earlier, but I guess he's not here. Pete Schwager, Penny Spector, Adina Stern, and Judy Wolf. If you have a name to add, oh, Angela, you're here. It's good to see you. Right on time. We're praying for your healing and recovery as well. If you have a name to add, when I look in your direction, you can share with our community.
Elliot Epstein, Kenneth Mal Fleischman, Louise Mel, Terry Edison, Grace Gomez, and Body Tag.
Thank you. And if you're watching on our live stream, thank you for joining us. If you have a name to share, I'll invite you to do so as well. Debbie Porter.
Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Join with me, please. Mi sheberach avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Mi sheberach imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Virachel. May the one who blessed our fathers, may the one who blessed our mothers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
At this time, we're going to turn also our thoughts to the state of Israel during this war and offer a prayer for the state of Israel. Pray for the peace of, and this is on 377, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And for us, since our ultimate prayer is that this war will lead to a better future, more peaceful Israel, but also more peace for the Palestinians and for all in the region. Let's sing a song for peace, our eventual hope and prayer. O say shalom.
Aseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, ve'imeru, amen. Aseh shalom bimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'aka Yisrael, ve'imru, ve'imeru, amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'aka Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I had a frustrating experience today. I'll share with you. Just one, only one. They're few and far between right now. Just one. That was that a colleague of mine had posted on social media calling as part of a group of rabbis who are calling for an immediate ceasefire right now in Israel with the Palestinians. And that's something, while I do want peace, that I personally disagree with. And so I said, I don't think that I don't agree with this. And there was a ceasefire in place October 6th, and we saw what happened. And in order for there to, and my concern is that if there's immediate ceasefire, then how is Hamas in any different situation than they were on October 6th? And any ceasefire should include a release of all hostages, a demilitarization of Hamas, and also should not put any equivalency between Hamas and the Israeli Defense Forces. And another colleague of mine who also disagreed with me and agreed with that first commenter wrote that seemed upset with what I wrote and told me that they were calling for the release of hostages and this stuff, and I need to get my facts straight, and I need to handle these things with good faith. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. That escalated quickly. So I said, to her, you seem a bit agitated. Please calm down and read what I wrote. Please reread what I wrote. I said we should call these things. Well, she got very offended that I said you seem a bit agitated and please calm down. And told me, as did a few others, that in their opinion, this language I used was patronizing towards women and sexist. And my response at first was to be defensive and to say, well, no, I said exactly to you what I would say to a man who would have responded to me this way. And, you seemed agitated, angry, upset, irritated, annoyed. You pick the word. That's how I interpreted your response. And, probably social media is not the best place for these conversations because, I think where we get misunderstandings is we can't read tone. So maybe she read what I wrote as angry and combative when I didn't mean it that way. Maybe I read what she wrote as angry and combative and she didn't mean that way. And she continued to tell me how I was patronizing, so on and so forth. And that made me more frustrated. But then I took a step back and said, that wasn't my intention. But clearly that's how it came across. And for me as, a straight guy, maybe this is an opportunity for me to be quiet and apologize and say, can you educate me? Because clearly I said something that was not my intention to be offensive, and it was taken that way. And so that's the approach I decided to take. And that was finally kind of what de-escalated things, saying, look, I clearly offended you, and I'm so sorry about that, and my apology is really sincere. I didn't mean it this way, but I'm not a woman. So I don't know how, when a guy speaks to a woman that way, how it might be perceived. It clearly was perceived not in the way I intended. Could you educate me on what I could say differently so that I don't make that mistake again? And so she wrote a bunch of stuff, whatever. And so I went back to my comment, and I took out the whole, you're getting agitated, please calm down, reread what I wrote. And I changed it to, it seems I might have inadvertently upset you. I'd encourage you to go back and read what I wrote again, because that's not what I was trying to say. And still capture my message, but try not to do it in a way that would come across as patronizing or certainly disrespectful towards women or a colleague. And part of why I decided to kind of take that approach was because I looked at this week's Torah portion. I was studying it earlier this week and saw that a lot of it is about taking responsibility. And that's what we all need to do. Some have trouble with that, and I sometimes have trouble with that, or sometimes it takes me a little longer to get there than maybe it should, but something I reflect on. And what we see is that when Joseph is talking to his brothers who don't realize he's Joseph yet, and is asking them, are these basically all the brothers? Judah steps up and says, well, there's one more, but with Benjamin, he can't, we can't let anything bad happen to him because he has a brother, Joseph, doesn't realize he's talking Joseph, and we did something terrible. We sold him to slavery. We did all these things. We did something terrible. And we can't let that happen to him again. And you see Judah here step up and take accountability for what he did wrong. And that is, that's what I think is one of the things that's what leads Joseph to break down in tears and say, I want to reveal who I am and forgive you guys. And that can be tough to do. It's really tough sometimes to, on high holidays, there's a children's book that I like to read to kids on Yom Kippur, and it's called The Hardest Word to Say, and it's sorry. It can be really hard to do that. And yet often, like as I experienced today, sometimes the way to win respect back, because this person, I very much angered her, again, without intending to, and this person I like, I consider a friend stuff, and she was like, I don't know, I thought you were a friend, I thought you were this, and you'd say this to me. It took me saying, look, I apologize sincerely for saying, I appreciate that, and I really do appreciate our friendship. And, I think we can all think of times, perhaps, when somebody wasn't a strong enough person to come and apologize to us, when they really should have. And maybe they didn't think they should have, maybe they did. But back to, again, that thing I had earlier today, part of what made me realize that I needed to take some accountability here, and perhaps this was Judah's case too, is that at least in this scenario, again, as a straight guy, I'm not the victim in this situation. I'm not the victim. And I'm not part of a victimized group here, and it's not my place to tell a woman what isn't sexist. And it's not my place to tell a gay person what's homophobic. It's not my place to tell a person who isn't white what is racist. Because at the end of the day, even if that's not my intention, it might be seen that way. The other night, I had a whole group of Latter-day Saints here, and I didn't say anything. Maybe I should have, but I didn't want to offend. I didn't want to create drama because I knew I try and look at somebody's intentions. But somebody afterwards came up to me, all excited, and said, "Rabbi, I found, I was adopted, and I did a DNA test and found out I'm part Jewish." I said, "Oh, really?" And she said, "I was always wondering where my really prominent nose came from." And I'm like, no, you can't say that. But I just went, "Oh, okay." And maybe I should have said something, but I didn't want to cause this person embarrassment. And I also asked myself in that moment, because I have no problem calling people out, was her intention to be anti-Semitic? I don't know. Obviously not. But what is often frustrating, especially over these past couple months, is so many people, we've seen such a spike in anti-Semitism. And as I just said, every other group gets to name their isms. I think the LGBTQ community gets to name what homophobia is, what transphobia is. Women get to identify what sexism is. People of color get to identify what racism is. And yet for Jews, time and again, when we experience anti-Semitism, when we say, "Whoa, what you're saying is anti-Semitic," what we're told in return is, no, it's not. And then people, goy-splaining is a term I've come up with, to us of what anti-Semitism is. And that's really, really frustrating. It's kind of through that situation what I learned today was I think that the frustrating thing isn't not necessarily the statement that's made, because maybe the intention behind it wasn't bad. The frustrating part is the lack of accountability from folks, the lack of interest in learning and growing and making the world a better place for others. And that's what I think as Jews we are called to do. That is what Teshuvah is about. And that's what Judah demonstrates here, is saying we can't let happen again what already happened to Joseph. And so that's the frustrating thing that I think we're experiencing right now. Perhaps the most frustrating thing of all the frustrating things is the inability to name our own oppression. And so I hope that what we can do in thinking about how we treat others, because at the end of the day, what Rabbi Hillel taught in the Talmud is that the entire Torah on one foot is that which is hateful to you, do not do unto another. The rest is all commentary. For us to think about how that feels when non-Jews are defining for us what anti-Semitism is and isn't, when we're the ones experiencing having police officers out here. This week I've had to file 4 police reports here for incidents that have occurred. And how we can't do that to others. How we can, and that the way to not do that to others is by holding ourselves accountable, not only for our actions, but accountable for our learning and growth. And when we inadvertently mess up, or intentionally mess up, that we ask, how could I do this better? And then do that. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. I see, well, I want to thank you, Cantor. It's lovely to be alongside of you. It's so nice to be back in this space. I'm so thrilled that the Pepper family has generously helped us with getting the sound and video on so that we can live stream from here. And it just is so nice. I hope you feel that too. You know, I love our sanctuary, but the challenge there is if we have 25 people, it feels like there's nobody in there, but here it feels so good and it feels so connected. So I love this. And also, of course, I want to thank the Salt Lake City Police Department for being here, keeping us safe. And I see from our board, Dove DeLay. Great to see you, Dove. Dove, would you like to make the announcements? All me, okay. I kind of know that with Dove. But I appreciate your leadership, Dove. So, thanks for being here, everybody. So this Sunday is our special Sunday Schmooze Chinese food dinner. And our staff, a lot of our staff members will be cooking different Chinese food dishes. I'll be taking the main entree of the orange chicken. So last year, Dove, you expressed some skepticism about my cooking. I got only glowing reviews, enough that they are having me back. So unfortunately, and we're also going to have a game night. Unfortunately, registration is now closed for the event. We're sold out. I'm in-demand chef. You didn't know that. And yeah, there you go. I'll come cook for you. So for those who have registered in advance, thank you. We can't wait to see you. Those who haven't, well, register for our stuff in advance. It sells out. It's fun stuff. Please note that for the holidays, upcoming federal holidays, we will be closed on this upcoming Monday, as well as Friday, December 29th, and Monday, January 1st. but we will be open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. And our high holiday appeal is in its final week. We are so close to our goal. Our goal is $250,000. We're at like 240. Anything you can help us do to get there would be so appreciated, because we factor that into our budget in order to be able to keep our lights on and pay our staff and really do the incredible things that we do here. Every single dollar is meaningful and appreciated, and that appeal ends at New Year's. So December 31st is the last day for that, or since it's a weekend, might be even this December 29th might be the last day. So please get your donation in by then. We're very grateful. Our next Rosh Hashanah, our next Rosh Hashanah will be in October, actually. Mark it on your calendar. Super late next year. But our next Rosh Chodesh event, and Rosh Chodesh is our women's group, Bridging the Divide, will be on January 16th. Join us as we welcome guest speaker Carrie Axton of Braver Angels. Braver Angels is leading the nation's largest cross-partisan volunteer-led movement to bridge the political divide. I'm leading a trip to Atlanta and Alabama, April 4th through 7th, to learn about the Jewish role in the civil rights movement and what we can take away from that. And this trip is open to Kolami members ages 60 plus. Contact me for more information. We need to have 20 people by January 1st to make the trip a go, and we're at 16, so we are pretty close. So I know a bunch of people are on the fence about it and going, let me know in the next few days. Let me know. If we can get to 20, then the trip's a definite go. And if we can get to 25, the trip gets a little cheaper. So there you go. So let me know. I'm looking forward to that. Again, thrilled to be in here in this space. Unless otherwise noted, going forward, Friday nights will be in here, and we'll leave that door right over there unlocked, so you can just pull right up to that door and go in here. And we have many volunteer opportunities coming up. If you'd like to help us out with Tu B'Shvat, Seder, or Purim, please contact our program and engagement coordinator, Galit. And thank you all for being here and for your generosity and support. We appreciate you all. We are going to move into the concluding part of our service with Aleinu on the bottom of page 586. I'll invite you to please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם אלוקינו כהן, ויגור עלינו ככל המנה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני במלך הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. At this time we think of those whom death has recently taken from us, and those who have died in this season in years past, and those who we draw into our hearts with our own as we remember them. If you hear the name of a loved one, you're invited to rise upon hearing their name. In the period of Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning, we remember Terry MacArthur, brother of Karen MacArthur, and Floyd Jacob Eschler, husband of Judy Eschler and longtime congregant of our community. And we also remember as well, think of all those who've given their lives or lost their lives due to this war over the past month in defending the state of Israel or being victims of terror. And this week, we commemorate the following Yortzites, anniversary of the passing of these loved ones: Wendy Ray Atwood, Sheldon M. Blattner, Lillian Brief, Abraham Dubiner, Leon Fleischer, Harry L. Friedman, Malcolm Goldberg, Henrietta H. Hartz, Carol Isaacson, Harold Jaffe, James M. Birdwell Jr., Robert Kalin, Myron Korn, Malcolm Lamson, Mary Letary, Herbert Levy, William Litvak, David Lutzker, Ruth Marcus, Asa Mole, Clara Polliner, Fred Proval, Eric Roseman, Leonard Salem, William Schulman, Miriam Shapiro, Grigory Shimanovich, Rosa Schwartz, William Bill Simon, Solomon Smith, Rose Axelrod Stone, Louis D. Tannenbaum, and E. Bernard Tassum. And if you have a name to add, I'll invite you to rise at this time and to share with our community.
Rabbi Shimon Pascal.
And if you're watching our live stream, you're invited to share as well. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. If you're in mourning or it's your tradition to do so, you're invited to rise. We are on page 598. Say, Yit Gadal, V'Kadash, Shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
Be'alma divrach hirte, V'yamlich malchute, V'chaychon uv'yomechon, Uv'chaye dehol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uv'izman kari, V'imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach, Le'olam Olmei Omaya, Yit Barach V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitale, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudisha B'rihu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'ne'emata, Da'amiram B'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. O say Shalom B'imromav, Huya say Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. May source of peace and peace to all who are mourning, comfort the bereaved among us. We again say Amen. And
Amen.
as again we have been throughout this war, I'd like to invite you to please rise for Israel's national anthem, Hatikva.
God b'leva benima, nefesh Yehudi hamiya, ulefatei misa kadima, ay letzia tzafia, oh the Lord tikvateinu, hatikva bat shnot alpayim, mi'otam choshi ve'arzeinu, eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim, li'otam choshi ve'arzeinu, eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim.
We'll remain standing for Kiddush 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei beri agafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu לשבת קודשו, באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. גילנו בחרת אותנו, קידשת מקומים, לשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
And oh, it's behind you. Can't you let me?
I will
There you
hand
go.
it to you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Let's join together saying Motzi over this challah. Once I get it out here, there we go. Let's join together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
B'te'avon, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbos, everyone.